You know what hurts more than being excluded? Realizing you were never truly part of it to begin with. That moment hit me hard. The second I saw those champagne glasses raised on my sister's live stream, I knew I hadn't been forgotten. I'd been erased. I'm Lucas, 30, and Christmas used to mean something to me. Not because of the food or gifts, but because for a few messy days, we all pretended to be a real family. We'd cram into my parents' house, hand out dollar store presents, play that same off-key holiday playlist, and wait for my cousin Zane to trip over the dog or spill red wine on the rug. It was chaos, but it was ours. This year, I made the same effort I always do. Sent gifts early, thoughtful ones. A new blender for my mom Mila, because her old one literally started smoking at Thanksgiving. Limited edition sneakers for my sister Carrera, who can't go 5 minutes without mentioning her fashion block. And for my dad, I shipped a crate of craft beer that I knew would be gone by Boxing Day. I never minded footing the bill. I've been fortunate. I work in finance, live alone in a modest studio across the state. And even though I'm not physically around, I've always made sure they're okay. Covered rent when things got tight, paid the Wi-Fi, sent money without being asked twice. No drama, just love. So when I got that message from my mom, "Hey kids, we're canceling Christmas this year. It's just too expensive. Keeping it low-key. Love you all." I didn't argue. I didn't guilt-trip anyone. I just said, "Okay, understood." I chalked it up to hard times. Bought a lasagna, lit a pine candle my coworker gave me, and tried to keep the spirit alive in my tiny apartment. Christmas Eve was quiet. I watched Home Alone for the nth time and scrolled through Reddit while the snow fell. But on Christmas night, something shifted. My phone buzzed. Cora had gone live on Instagram. Maybe it was hope or delusion. But I tapped the notification and there it was. The living room. Our living room. Light strung across every wall. A glittering Christmas tree. A DJ booth near the fireplace. Dozens of people. Champagne. Laughter. Confetti. Music. Merry Christmas from the real crew. Cora shouted into the camera. I stared numb. My cousins, uncles, Zane, everyone was there except me. So, it wasn't about money. It was about me. I didn't move. The lasagna went cold. The candle burned low. I just sat in that silence, letting the truth settle. I wasn't invited. I was eliminated. The next morning, December 26th, I got a text from my dad. "Can you send the $3,100 for January? Need it by tomorrow." No greeting, no mention of the party, just a request like I was a bank with no memory. That's when I opened my banking app and went down the list. The rent I'd been paying on a second apartment my dad had moved into temporarily. Cora's phone bill, our family Spotify plan, even the utilities were in my name. And one by one, I shut them down. I didn't lash out. I didn't post anything. I just unplugged quietly. The same way they'd cut me out. By morning, I had 53 missed calls. I didn't answer, but I did listen to one voicemail. It was my mom. Her voice trembled. "Please call us. There's been a misunderstanding." There hadn't. Then came the flood. DMs from cousins, calls from people I hadn't heard from in years. Cora posted some melodramatic story about how some people just love ruining Christmas. She tried to message me but forgot she was blocked. A few days later, my bank flagged a login attempt from an old iPad I'd left at their house years ago. I'd never logged out. Someone had tried to access my account 3 times. I didn't text. I drove. When I arrived, the house was quiet. Christmas lights still sagging. Santa tilted sideways on the lawn. I knocked. My dad answered. Hoodie wrinkled, eyes hollow. "Where's the iPad?" I asked. He blinked. "What?" "The one I left here." "Where is it?" He hesitated. "Maybe Cora." "Save it." I cut in. Someone tried to get into my bank from that device. I'm here to collect it. Then I'm gone for good. He didn't fight. He just turned and walked away. I stepped inside briefly. The place was trashed. Bottles, party trash, confetti still on the floor. It looked like a hollow version of the party I saw online. Cora came down the stairs. Her eyes were red. Lucas, wait. Can we talk? 5 minutes. I turned to the door. I gave you 5 years. I took the iPad and left. That night, I reset every password, locked every device, and called my lawyer friend. Not to sue, just to document everything, seal every crack. Then came the letter handwritten for Mom for pages of cursive apologies. She said she didn't want to stir up drama, that Cora took over planning, that they figured I'd understand. But one sentence stuck. We didn't think it would hurt you so badly. We assumed you were used to it by now. Used to it like it was normal. Like being excluded was just my role. That night, Dad left a voicemail. You've made your point. Your aunt's furious. Care is humiliated. Your mom hasn't slept. But don't act like you're better than us, Lucas. You're just bitter. You always have been. This will pass. And when it does, you'll come crawling back like always. I saved it. That was the truth. That voicemail was them. No more pretending. So, I did something final. There was a piece of land my grandfather left me. Dad always wanted it passed down to Carrera, but it was under my name, fully mine. I signed it over to a non-profit that builds youth shelters. Not out of revenge, out of purpose. Let something good grow there. Cora tried to call from a friend's phone. I didn't answer. She left a message. You're ruining everything. You're being extra. What do you even want from us? She didn't get it. None of them did. I didn't want revenge. I just didn't want to need an apology anymore. Then one last envelope arrived. No return address. Inside was a photo. Christmas night. Everyone smiling, drinks in hand. We still had a great time. Written on the back. No name, just that. But I smiled because it meant they were still thinking about me. Still trying to prove something. Still not over it. I left the photo on my counter for a week, face down. And day by day, I felt something shift. Not anger, not sadness, peace. True, undeniable peace. For the first time in my life, I wasn't the backup plan. I wasn't the fixer. I wasn't their free safety net. I was free and I planned to stay that.